Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. Child, this is the foolishness and foolery that is Love After Lockup. We is back in the Love After Lockup streets, child. How come nobody ain't telling me Love After Lockup was back? I ain't even daggone know. I just finished watching the episode, y'all, so I just hopped up here. This is like a spur of the moment live. Don't know how many people gonna come through, but if you see this on the replay, hit the like. Let me know replay game. You came by, put some flames up in the sky. Tell me what you thought about this, baby. This is Love After Lockup. Do I smell like gel? Season 5, episode 31. Do you smell like gel? Yes, you do. You smell like gel. You smell like hell. You smell like lies and deceit, foolishness and foolery. You smell like you about to be playing in my daggone face, giving me a headache, making my damn blood pressure go up. These daggone women is dumb as freaking hell. That is what they smell like. They smell like they ain't got the sense God gave the daggone roach. Like only their family and friends and co-workers and kids is the ones that know that this should not be daggone happening. Okay, Leticia, baby, I'm on your daggone neck. Ain't no way in the freaking world that you got one daughter that's looking miserable as hell that you clearly see do not want to be around this man, and the other daughter crying, calling him damn daddy. Oh, Jesus, baby. Kim, your daddy said your man ain't crap. He ain't been crap his whole damn life. This whole life, 30 years, he been stealing everything that ain't been nailed to the damn floor. But you acting like you shocked and you confused and you don't understand and it couldn't have been him. Who the hell else is it, Kim, okay? Hope is ambushed by a surprise guest, at Arthur's release, which is basically his mom that's telling her she ain't got time for it. She his mom. She want him to come home. He's her favorite. He's his, her baby boy. She don't trust her. She up to shenanigans. I said, man, we don't trust your son either. Okay, so we even. The pastor's daughter, child, Zeriah, girl, what? She done spent 50K on this daggone dude, and the damn mommy and daddy over here talking about they want him to come to the church and pray and have service. And he said it ain't no way. Okay, he ain't going. He ain't got it to do. This is a freaking mess, y'all. I know already that this freaking cast is going to really work my damn nerves. Okay, we also got Shonta back in the damn building with True, and she finally going over here to ride to the prison to get him out. Let's go ahead, y'all. Get into this episode. Break it on down. Take it from the top. You know how we do. Baby, listen, I apologize, y'all, okay? I apologize. I had no freaking clue that Love After Lockup was back, okay? For those of you that know and some that may not know, hopefully, I hope all of y'all hearing me because I'm running my mouth a mile a minute. But my sister did pass away 2 weeks ago, so I've just been running nonstop, preparing for that and dealing with that and going through the motions with that. So I probably wouldn't know anything anyway, even if you would have told me, to be honest. So I did not know. For some reason, I had a completely different date down for Love After Lockup. I ain't even gonna tell y'all what date that was. And all of a sudden, when I'm looking at my DVR, I'm like, wait, a new episode came on? So I literally just finished watching it and I just was like, let me hop up here. Typically, this is not going to be how the reviews will go, okay? But, we're going to work with it, lean with it, roll with it, rock with it, make it do what it do. So I don't have like a whole bunch of slides and stuff like that. Like I said, this is just kind of spur of the moment. We just gonna have a conversation, little chit chat. Okay, shoot the shit about these crazy people that is up here. And like I said, we can definitely tell we are going to be in for some mess, right? We of course have Zeriah and Troy. We have Shonta back with True. We have Leticia and Keith. I forgot all about her. We have Miss Kim with Joey. We have Hope and Arthur, and we have Bianca and Daniel. But the only ones we saw tonight was Zora. We saw her with her parents. We saw Hope. Okay. We saw Shonta on her way to go ahead and get True. We saw Kim being stunned by this allegation of cheating. I don't know where we going with that. And of course, Leticia is back in the building with Keith, right? So that was the main ones that we was dealing with tonight. Oh God, y'all. I can't. They was already working my daggone nerves. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. So yes, y'all. That's what we was getting tonight. So we started out with Ms. Zeriah. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, but I know that she's going to be one that I'm definitely ready to wring her damn parents' neck. I'm sure her parents is too. We see her in church. Her parents are pastors. They singing, we getting our praise on, hallelujah, worship and all of those things. And she's saying that ain't the gift that God gave her. She don't be singing. So her father comes over to her first and he's basically like, yeah, we supposed to be waiting for your boo thing to come on and get out. What's going on with him? I'm expecting him to be coming in here and I'm expecting him to start preaching. I'm like, really, Daddy? That's what we thinking? He said, yes, that is what we thinking. That's what we going for. That's what we want. I said, okay. So she's already literally telling them that that's not going to happen. And he said he need to go ahead in another room, okay, in the closet and pray. And mama kind of coming with a different energy where she like, oh, this is exciting. You know what I'm excited about? And, Zora's like, what? She was like that he going to be coming. He going to be ministering to the church. We going to be one big happy family. And Zora's saying, nah, ma, that ain't going to happen, okay? He not going to be doing that. We've already talked about it. I don't think he going to be going for that. And so we already see that we are on a completely different page. She say that Troy and her have been dating for almost 5 years. They come from two completely different backgrounds. She's from the church. He's from the streets. They've been married for I think it's 3 years. And then she said, well, you were already, this is when mama told, so you were already having a relationship with somebody incarcerated. So we found out she was married to her child's father, that he was incarcerated since her son was 5 years old. She stayed with her ex for about 2 years after he was incarcerated. And at first she thought it was prerogative and she thought that it was what she had been waiting for. And she thought it was really what she was supposed to do by staying with him because she had a child from him. But then she actually meets his cell neighbor, y'all, of all damn people, while she's visiting Troy. I'm like, what? She meets him, stops dealing with him and starts dealing. While she's with the baby father, she meets him. And so he's incarcerated for robbery, possession with a weapon, first, burglary and all of these different type of things, right? And now she basically ends up doing a 3-way call with him, gets into it with him, is in a relationship with him now, and actually is telling us that she let him adopt her damn child. She said she purposely left the name off the birth certificate so that one day when the father came along that she felt like could be a father to her child, then that's who she would let adopt them, and that's who would go on the birth certificate. And of all the damn people, okay, you didn't want the one that was the father that was in jail, but you decided to get his damn cellmate that's in there as well for different burglaries and stuff and have him be the one to adopt your child. Girl, child, Jesus, have mercy, y'all. Can we get somebody on the prayer line? Mama and Daddy, I need y'all to be praying a little bit longer and harder. I need the prayer warriors, because ain't no daggone way that this makes sense to her. And in the midst of them talking, her and her mother, she gets a call from him. And she's like, I'm not by myself. Everybody could hear you. And mama over here, hey, son, and we can't wait for you to come home. Aren't you excited? I'm wonderful. How are you? We can't wait for you to get here so that you can start preaching on first Sunday. He basically just laughing in mama's face, okay? So we both laughing in mama and daddy face saying that ain't going to happen. But they keep saying that they hoping and praying and wishing that it will. And she's telling her mother, y'all going to see. I'm telling y'all that ain't happening. So once mama walk away, which mama's saying that this would give him guidance, this would help him to, lead him in the right way, that hopefully he wouldn't end up back out on the streets, that they could get married and he could have standards and everything could be positive. And the reverse of that, with her having the conversation with him, is her saying on Sundays she likes to go hiking. We could do church service here and there, but I want to be in the nature and the forest, and I want us to be traveling these daggone streets. And so he's basically in agreement with her, like, yeah, that's what we gonna be doing, and telling her that he absolutely loves her child. Girl, oh Lord have mercy. This gonna be a hot mess, y'all. Don't take a rocket scientist to figure it out, right? So, later we see her basically, we actually hear more from him, I should say, right? With him saying that he want to be able to move forward. He want to be able to just have this relationship with her and not be in the mix of her family. the parents are still wanting a chance to talk to her about him. Like, you deserve to be loved. We want you to be loved. We want you to be happy. But we also don't want no shenanigans around here. We want you to know that you have options and that you don't have to keep it, you know what I'm saying, in a messy relationship. And she's saying that if this relationship doesn't work, of course, she's going to be crushed. She's going to be hurt. She's going to be, life going to be over as she damn know it and all of that, right? Oh, baby. I said, well, you might as well get ready for that, girl. You might as well just go ahead and sign on up because that's exactly what the hell is going to be going down. Now, in the meantime, she also just basically saying that, she was going to have this marriage with him. She found this person and he's going to be in there and he's going, be the apple to her damn eye and be taking care of her son and all this. And her father over here scratching his head. And I said, Daddy, I'm scratching it with you too. And I'm looking at her damn sideways too. Now, mind you, she also has a sister that lives at home with her. Now, when we hear him talking, he like, yo, by the time I get out, her sister's supposed to have a new place. But sister is saying, like, should I be moving out? And she telling sis, oh, no, you ain't got to go nowhere. You good, girl. Don't even worry about it, okay? And you can still walk around with your butt cheeks hanging out and whatever the hell you want to do. Ain't no man going to come in here and make that, have to change or whatever the case may be. Be comfortable. And if you feel uncomfortable with anything, just talk to me and let me know. And the sister's saying, okay. But at the same time, the sister's like, yeah, I don't believe that for not one damn minute. And she was like, this is weird. It's not normal. And I have a man that's outside that's never been in jail. And I don't even do the things that, for him that she's doing for this dude or whatever, right? And when we looking at the gifts that she trying to give him when he come out, we over here pulling out like the money freaking flowers, and we got all this other money in envelopes where we saying that he should be coming home and shouldn't have to want for nothing. And we talking about this investment that we made into this foundation and that we both going to be running the foundation together. And I know that we all can touch and agree and see what is going to be happening once this damn dude get out, y'all. I will be very shocked if it don't happen the way that I'm sure that all of us is thinking that it's going to happen, right? And her sister's like, are you sure that you should be doing all of that? But she pulls up her shirt and shows her this tattoo. Like, let me show you something. We got jewelry, we got earrings, we got chains and all of this, right? A freaking crown, talking about he a damn king, a money bouquet and all of that, right? And she pulls up the shirt to show this daggone tattoo that she got on the side of her. And she's saying how he's the chief executive of Project Hell, the support organization for those that are formerly incarcerated. I mean, that sounds good. It is a good cause. That's cute or whatever. But I'm just like, I don't see this going the way she think that it's going to go. And just because you have a tattoo on the side of you, that does not mean that this man is going to be yours forever. And her sister's basically going like, oh, my man, my man, my man, right? That seals the deal. That lets you know how serious it is because you have this tattoo. She's talking about how he's a Leo and he's a king of the jungle. And, she has been a single mom. She spends money freely because, she feels that she attracts money and it works for her. That may sound crazy for other people. So when her sister's asking like, how much money is that? She like, I don't know, girl. People may think I'm crazy. I say, yes, I do. I most definitely do. But, she claims that this is what has been working for her. And she said that she has at least spent $50,000 so far. I said, girl, if you got it like that, just send me like a couple hundred. You ain't even got to send me 50,000. Like, what are we doing here? I'm just really trying to understand that she counting up all this money like, oh, we got to keep this wallet full. And her sister's like, baby, it would not be me. She really feels like he's just taking advantage of her. And she's like, what the hell is going to come home? What's going to happen when he come home? What are we going to be doing? Where is he going to be working? What's he going to be driving? Like, I need to show, see some things. And her showing her the damn tattoo is supposed to be the answer. And that's supposed to be the case closed to everything, which make sense, right? Somewhere in her head, it does. Now, mind you, later on, she goes to get this reading, okay? We want to ask the damn angels, the stars, and the universe, what's going on or whatever. And in her reading, we are like, girl, it's going to be some problems when you first come home. It's going to be a little rocky. It's going to be hard for him. He's probably going to be starting arguments. We see two women in his life, and it's like, well, what woman could that be? And we're saying that his mom is most definitely probably one. And then we're like, is there some type of baby mother or ex or something like that? Like, yeah, girl, she's gonna be going real hard. The feelings is real strong there with her. And she on the verge of tears talking about some, this is not what I wanted to hear. Baby, it's gonna be a whole lot more that you ain't gonna want to hear, that your ass is gonna be hearing. Trust me when I tell you, okay? So that was basically what was going on with them, Zeriah child. Now, Shonta girl, Shonta's back, child. Her hot mess. So and she finally was going to, pick up True from the jail or whatever. And it's like, ew, this is how this place look. It looks so scary. And no wonder I never came up here before. And good thing I never came before and all of this stuff. Because this looked real scary. Like, the stuff you see in the scary movies. And you have his sister, I believe, nephew or something like that come up. And, we cordially saying hi to her, asking her how she's doing. We waiting for him to come out. And we saying we don't know how he going to react. We never see him cry. And we asking about whether he gonna be coming back to the house with them, and it's like, oh well, shh, don't bring that up, because of course we remember when we get the flashback that he was telling his mama and them one thing and telling her something else, and it's like, we all need to be on the same page. Why am I over here fixing up your room if you have no interest in coming back to the room? It don't make no sense for me to be doing that, right? And so we all waiting on him or whatever. And when he come out, it's like, awkward. I don't know whether I should hug him or not, kiss him or not, how it's going to be. Of course, he's super excited to be out. And of course, like anybody that has spent all these years in jail, the first thing that is on his mind is basically, I want to go and do the whoopty-whoopty-woo, child. Okay, ain't nothing else to talk about. But of course, she trying to be all giggly and shy and, like, don't come out and don't be saying that or whatever. And then when we get in the car, it's like, oh, you staring at me. I feel like you piercing through to my daggone soul and you looking through me because you looking so hard. And she's pulling out like little Jolly Ranchers and different candies that she have. And he's saying how that's his favorite. And she like, oh, I didn't know that. He's also, first thing out his mouth is like, yo, you know how much I could be getting for this in jail? And it's like, boy, okay, you're out of jail now, so stop thinking about the jail. But of course, she just laughs that off. And she's like, no, you didn't. So he also lets us know that he had been talking to like probably 60, I think he said 65, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't write it down. But he was saying he's talked to like 60 something, different women. We know that his mom and them was already talking about him being a ladies' man, and is he really serious, and sure that he ready for this. He also used to mostly talk to white women, so this was different, in terms of talking to her. And she's supposedly the one that he's gonna choose because she had been there for him and rocking with him and held him down. That's what they all say, right? And so therefore he feels like he owe her and he have to, be there for her and do the same thing for her in return. We shall see. Some of them actually do be surprising us, child, but just from the way they showed us this preview, I highly doubt it, right? And so, he basically was talking about, being able to hurry up and get her home and just basically them doing what they need to do. It was really very awkward when they came out, but considering that they never seen each other in person, I think that they did really well, because she has never drove up there in person out one time to visit him, which was really weird to me. He just kept saying he happy if she happy. And, of course, he was the one that came out like, do I smell like gel? And she like, yes, you smell like gel. And he's saying she smell good. So, of course, we want to get you on back to this daggone hotel so that you can go ahead and wash your damn ass, okay? You never see these people wash up when they come out. That's another thing that be irking my nerves. But anyway, we give our hugs and kisses. We give our balloons and our gifts and all of that stuff. And, he talking about how she got this swag and he happy to see her, whatever. Sister is giving him this shirt that says welcome home, and so they had their nice little reunion. But at the end of the day, it was like, okay, I'm leaving with Shonta, now we going ahead about our business, right? So it wasn't really too much to them. He did give us a little bit of a backstory of him going to steal this car, and when he came out, or do a robbery, I should say. And when he came out, the getaway car was in a different position than where he was expecting it to be. And he went running and he ended up getting locked up that following day. It didn't take them no time to catch him, and he ended up doing 15 years, And so that was pretty much that with them, right? And he, was all gassing her like, who wouldn't love a female like you? But we already done heard some things about them in the streets. So that's another story. Now, moving on from them, who the heck do I want to go to? I'm gonna go to Kim and Joey, right? Apparently, Kim already known Joey, so this is not like she just meeting him in jail. She already had a history with him, already knew him. Her father already knew him, and she's trying to start this relationship with him and say that when he come out, we gonna be the best thing since cooked rice. Okay, nobody can understand the love that we have for each other and all of that whole song and dance, right? And Daddy is like, I'm sorry, I do not trust him. Like, I known him for 30 years. He ain't never been about nothing. He ain't never gonna be about nothing. He like, I had some stuff that went missing in my house, and you cannot tell me that he wasn't the one that took it. I cannot prove it 100% because if I could, his behind would be locked the hell up. But I know pretty much that it was him because him and his cousin was the only ones that was coming around. And when he left, my stuff left too. Okay, pretty much that's what it boiled down to. And she's basically a teacher's aide or whatever the case may be. And you know, he has a long history of drugs and also, of course, stealing, burglary, and all of that different kind of stuff, right? And her dad seems to have a close relationship. He has went in there for theft and all of that, right? So he was like basically saying that in his life he's done over 13 years, right? And so every time he would get out, he would go back in and all of that, right? And she said he literally had messaged her the other day saying that he's so excited. She's like, he's changed, he's gonna be out soon and he's a whole different person. And I'm like, she reconnected with him in 2020 and it seemed really strong and it seemed like we was on a good note. And then all of a sudden he proposed to her on this visit or whatever. And all Daddy thinking about is the fact that his damn bike got stolen. And he like, believe me, if I could prove that he did it, he would be in jail even longer. But I know done known him 25, 30 years. And the whole time that I've known him, he's always been on the wrong path. It's always been about, oh, I made a mistake. Like, how many damn mistakes are you going to make or whatever, right? And it cost him like $1,600. And so she's saying that she can't make her father feel any different and she don't know how to fix it and she don't know what to tell him and that he's accusing him of doing something that he didn't do, right? But it's like, girl, if he was the only one that was there, who the hell else did it? Like, let's not bullcrap each other. I'm pretty sure that Daddy know what the hell that he's talking about. But without the concrete proof, of course, this comes, of course, as mere speculation or whatever, right? But she was like, if he's going to be talking about marrying my baby and, being with you or whatever, he definitely got to come correct. And Daddy probably going to be putting cameras around every damn way that he can and definitely always giving him the side eye every time he walk into a room because he's not going to trust him. And I can't blame him for that, and she's telling him, hold on a minute, her father, whatever, that she about to go ahead and get on this video call with him. And so she's saying how she spent like $15,000 on him so far. All these people got all this damn money to spend, child. And that she spends just $200 alone, simply on the phone calls. And then, of course, you got shoes, clothes, and all the rest of it, right? And so, child, I don't even know what to say, right? And she's basically was asking him if he was gonna miss anything in the end. He like, hell no. He was like, but you gotta understand that now he needs a medication to help him never to use again because that's how long that he's been using. And so that's gonna be hard. Like this has been him on and off for 2.5 decades or whatever, right? And so she said that she did understand that. I'm like, are you sure, girl? Are you sure? Because mess around, baby, and the whole damn house gonna be gone when you go to bed. I'm just saying, like he is a recovering addict. He also has sold dope. He's used dope. He sold drugs and all of that different kind of stuff, right? He cheated on girls. He wasn't a good person, but she's swearing that he has changed and that he's a different person now with him having therapy. I hope so. Okay, it's not impossible. Some people do change sometimes, some ways, some how down the line, but some don't. And I just hate that these people just be having these illusions and they go on just words while somebody is locked up instead of waiting to when they get out and actually seeing those actions and then saying, okay, you have proved to me that you're in a different space. Maybe now we can move forward. No, we don't never feel like we could do that. We always just want to jump right into it right off the back, right? And also another problem is that she has is that technically she's still married, so she will not be able to, of course, marry him until she go ahead and get the divorce with the person that she's already married to. Now later, we meet a friend of hers that she says she met when her baby was like 2 weeks old. This lady has helped her a whole lot. She's been there for her, had her back. She could always count on her. And she's leaving the little boy with her, for her to go ahead and ride. And he calling talking about, oh, well, somebody said somebody, had got their ear to the streets and they heard that you out here in these streets, and they was like, oh, is your wife doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G? And she like, what are you talking about? Like, what lady, and who am I supposed to be doing anything with? So right now he's just, basically accusing her of cheating. Is she cheating? We don't know, right? Is there any truth to this, or is this something where he just trying to get attention and just trying to get things, flipped around on her? We don't know, but I'm sure we'll find out, right? I'm sure it ain't gonna take us too much time to find out what the heck is going on with that, right? And so, hey, thank you. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you for coming through. Anybody that comes through, please make sure y'all hit that like. If y'all not subscribed, make sure that y'all subscribe. Make sure that y'all share. Y'all comment. Y'all let me know that y'all came through. So the next person I think that we can talk about is let's see who else was up in here. We could talk about Hope, child. Hope is a truck driver. She over here driving like a big 18-wheeler truck. She's saying how people are not really used to women driving these big trucks, that anytime somebody sees her in a truck, they are basically like, girl, where's your man at, right? And she has, of course, fallen in love with Arthur and plans on, being with him. She over here with this real bright pink hair. Okay. And she basically is saying how she's supposed to go and pick him up or whatever, right? And he's gonna be coming out and he's gonna be with her, and how this is gonna be so different when him coming home to her now. And so she actually gets to talk to him on the phone or whatever, and she was like, all nervous and waking up late and throwing up and all of that. And so she was like, now she gonna be late to come and pick him up. And she was like, she know how much she love him, she know how much she wanted. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just talking and talking and talking and didn't realize that I was on mute. So I was saying how she woke up late when it was actually time to pick him up, right? She throwing up, she's sick, she nauseous, she's saying how she couldn't sleep, and she like, oh God, now I'm gonna be late there, getting him. And she actually gets a call where they like, yes, ma'am, we just wondering your ETA, what time are you gonna get here? And she's like telling them 15 minutes, which I believe she was gonna be a lot longer than 15 minutes, but they like, okay, cool. And she's like, oh good, like, they saying hurry up, get him the hell up out of here. Meanwhile, she don't know that his mama is here waiting on him. And mama said she done slept for like maybe an hour. Okay. She done drove all these hours, flew there, drove 3 hours to get there. And she's like, I've been here since 8 o'clock this morning and it's 10:25. So where the hell she at? She should have already been here. Why is she late? And why can I not go in and get him when I'm in his mother? Why would he have her name down for her to be the only one that could get him out? And now I'm still here. Ma'am, first of all, you surprising them. You didn't tell nobody you was coming, and obviously that tells me that your son don't have that relationship with you, and he didn't want you to be the one to come and get him. So that's something that you would need to take up with your son. Not only that, he still wasn't there any daggone way, so it really wouldn't have made a difference whether she was there already or not, if we really being honest. But now she's talking about how he's her baby boy, he's her son, he's her favorite. They're supposed to have this close relationship. He's supposed to be the apple of her eye, whatever the case may be. He could do no daggone wrong, and it should be a privilege for her to be there and to make sure that she's there on, she should be standing on top of the building and screaming from, the sky or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, really, miss? Okay, if you say so, right? And she talking about how she doesn't have a good history to begin with, and she's already on her last limb with me. Now, we don't really know all the details of why that is. It could be some very good reasons, but when she's saying she don't trust her, I'm like, man, we don't trust your son either. We don't know what the hell he gonna be doing out here in these streets. And if he was such the goody two shoes and the perfect damn person, then why is he locked up? I'm just saying. So now, she come driving up in the big truck and she like, no, this is not her with this big ass. I probably would have said that too, though. She was like, no, she didn't drive this big ass truck here to get him. I'm like, well, do she have another car or vehicle? Maybe she don't have nothing. I don't know. So nonetheless, having said all of that, she like, what the hell? And she get out, and of course she's shocked to see the mother there, because the mother did say that this was a surprise. He didn't know she was coming. Hope didn't know she was coming. Nobody knew she was coming. So they just pretty much said like an awkward hello to each other, whatever. And then she's right off the back like, what took you so long? Why weren't you here already or whatever, right? And I'm like, girl, just tell her you woke up late or whatever. Tell her the truth. I mean, at the end of the day, what's she gonna do about it? It is what it is. So then they both still standing there, waiting on him. And it's like, oh, I didn't know you was coming. And she's like, yeah, nobody had to know that I'm coming. I'm his mom. Of course I'm gonna be here. What did you think? And all of that kind of stuff. And we still waiting, and we like, well, when is he gonna get here? Because at this point, of course, Hope don't want to just still be standing there talking with his daggone mother, which I really can't blame her for that. And we see a car drive up, and we like, oh my God, I think that this is him. And so we all excited and happy, because now we could go ahead and just hurry up and deal with him, and not have to deal with or answering your mom and any of her damn questions, which I definitely could understand her feeling that way. I wouldn't want to be standing around with nobody that I don't, obviously don't like me, and I don't like them, and it's all awkward, and we ain't really got nothing to talk about or whatever. Anyway, now, child, last but certainly not least, child. Okay, we get to Miss freaking Leticia and Keith, and she really took the cake for me. Like I said, I had forgot about her being up here. Oh Lord. So we see that apparently Leticia and Keith still hanging in here strong. She here at the office, and they asking her, how's everything going with this relationship? And she like, yo, it's great. I'm so happy. We doing good. I can't wait for him to get out. She was like, I got a feeling as soon as he get out and as soon as we have sex, I'm going to be pregnant 2.5 seconds later or whatever. A lot of times when a man come out from jail and, they have sex or whatever, you get pregnant immediately. And she like, he going to knock all my cobwebs out. It's been 4 years since I did with anything with anybody, and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo, and we can't wait. We probably not even going to be able to make it to the hotel. We probably going to be pulling over on the side of the road and all of this. So they like, okay, cool. And what about the kids? How are they feeling? What's their relationship with him? She's like, oh, the little one, she's super excited. She's right there along with me. She can't wait for him to come out. But my older daughter, I'm still kind of trying to fill it out and see what's going on. She does not seem to like him as much, right? She don't seem to be as happy or as enthusiastic about him coming out and stuff like that, right? She's like, but I'm always telling her that she's important. She's my number one. She's my daughter. Her feelings matter. I care what she thinks and all of this. And my whole thing is, that sound good. That's the right thing that you should be saying, and that should be what should be happening. But girl, your actions is not showing me that. Like, what the hell are you really doing? And her co-workers are sitting here like, yeah, this does not sound right. It sounds like she's rushing into this, that they still really need to take time to get to know each other. This is not going to go the way that she think that it's going to go, and you're in business with a daggone convicted felon. Remember, she was trying to figure out how that would work, and they was telling her that she would have to dissolve all of that and separate it, and she was saying that was a headache and that they had went through hard times and they're so much stronger now, whatever, right? And so of course, even while she at work, she run into, basically talk to him on the prison. It's not like a secret. Everybody in the daggone job knows about this. And of course, he went to jail for distribution, and he been in there for 10 years or whatever, right? And he proposed to her over the phone. And, we basically was just getting all of the updates and rewinds to refresh our memory of everything that went down. And, her saying that she's so in love and that she spent $15,000 out the account. I remember he was supposed to be mad about that, and basically wanted to buy herself a bigger one. And so now supposedly they are where they need to be, and they are all actually also finding out that he's actually going to be getting out a little bit earlier than he was supposed to, right? And so that's another dynamic that's now a change that she's going to have to talk to the kids about. And of course, she's happy and like, oh, I can't wait for you to get home. I can't wait to be with you. This gonna be our little honeymoon since we haven't had one yet. And like I said, she gassing up, the ladies in the office on how great this is gonna be. She's saying that, they still never got to have sex or whatever, and it's been 4 or 5 years since she has sex. So at this point, she's really focused on getting her body ready for him. She want to cook for him and all of that, right? And asking him what do he want to eat besides her. So right now, that sounds good, right? But anything could sound damn good, right? She making up a song about her man coming home, but as friends and as people that actually got the sense that God gave a roach, like I said, most of her coworkers is like, girl, no, that's not gonna work like that. That's not how this goes. That's not how any of this goes. So when she get home, she's telling the kids, and her daughter looks so sad and miserable on that couch, y'all. Like, I was so freaking pissed off. I wanted to yoke her up. It's like, you can't look at your daughter and see how she is feeling at that point. With seeing that look on that little girl face, the only thing that you should be saying is, I need these cameras out of here. I need a moment to talk to my daughter by herself. Period. There's nothing else to discuss. You can clearly see that this little girl is not happy. You sitting there talking about, oh, what happened? What's wrong? Aren't you happy? And she like saying, no, not really. No, not particularly. I thought it was going to be a little bit more time, and I thought it was going to be longer before he get out. And why is he getting out so soon? Whereas the little sister is all happy and excited. When he called on the phone, she asking him about building a daggone dollhouse and about, teaching him how to play basketball. And at first he like, oh, what do I look like building a dollhouse? Then he like, nah, I got you. Yeah, that's what we going to do. And he was like, yeah, you going to teach me how you dribble, and laughing and stuff like that, right? And when they hang up the phone, it's like the little sister is crying, saying, I want my daddy to be home right now. And this is another situation of a lady who is saying, oh, she feels like a daddy girl and she deserves to be a daddy's girl. She deserves to be a princess. She deserves to have a father. She didn't have that with her real father. And this man is somebody that while he's been in jail, she has connected to him and she feels that way with. And I just do not agree with that. Like, ma'am, you do not know this freaking man. Why do you have your daughter calling him daddy? And sit here crying and being disappointed. Now, if this relationship doesn't work, not only is it hurtful to you, but your kids got to be hurt too. Your daughter, your oldest daughter, is scared of you and her sister being hurt, which is why she don't want him around. She feels uncomfortable. She would feel more comfortable if he was staying somewhere else and he just was coming back and forth and visiting them and they was just chilling or whatever the case may be and getting to know him. And then if we feel like it is at that space, then he comes in. Like, that's something different. And I can't blame her for that. It's like, that is what you would think a damn person would do that would make sense. But no, not this chick right here. She ain't gonna do what makes sense. You being very selfish and very inconsiderate to your daughter, and it's pissing me off so bad, y'all. I just can't even describe how much I'm getting irritated with this damn girl. Then of course she starts to give them the breakdown, like he's getting an early release because, at the end of the day, when he went to jail, he got more time than what he should have. We know that things like this does happen. She was saying that had he been arrested now for what he went to jail for, that it would be a completely different scenario and he probably wouldn't get as much time. And I guess he's probably had his good behavior or whatever else. So, this is the reason why he's getting out earlier, because his daughter basically was like, well, why is he even getting out earlier? She's like, I already had my mind kind of set and thinking that, we was going to have more time. And now you're telling me that time is cut short and that like any day now I can wake up to him standing over me and he would be here in the house. And you want me to be doing backflips and alley-oops, acting like I'm happy about it. And I'm not. I really don't know how to feel because I don't know this man. I don't have no closest to him. I don't have anything with him. All I know is that this is a man that you met in jail, that you talking to. And my sister seems to like, because she don't know nothing. All she know is what you've been telling her and stuff like that. And she's younger. Whereas I done been around a lot longer and it's pretty much just been us. And I don't want some damn stranger that I don't know from a hole in the wall coming in our damn house. Like, I don't understand why that is hard for you to understand as a freaking mother. But you're telling me what your daughter says is important to you and you care about how she feel. How, Sway? How? Where do you care at? I don't see no damn care in that. The little girl all excited when he calling and she like, oh, that's your man calling on the phone. And she there talking about some, oh, are you psychic? And how did you know it was him? And she just a giggly or whatever. And then the way that it went from her being all happy and giggly and talking to him about the dollhouse and the basketball to her literally being in tears. And when her mother is like, well, what are you crying for? She's like, I don't know, and nothing. And she like, nobody cries for nothing and nobody cries about, I don't know. It got to be a reason. Then she started being like, I want my daddy. Like, why would you even put your child in that position? The way I want to drop kick this freaking lady. And I know violence is wrong. But I just don't understand it. I don't understand how this makes sense to you. I don't understand how you think this is okay. I don't understand how you come on national TV. Y'all hear me say over and over and over when I'm talking about Love After Lockup that you are a grown person. What you choose to do with yourself when maybe you have grown kids or you don't have no kids at all and it's just you, that's one thing. But when you got small babies in the house and you decide to do this stupid ass shit and you do it on TV for everybody to see, it works my nerves, y'all. But nonetheless, we already know that this is what we in for. This was going to be happening, and I'm going to be irritated and agitated and probably cursing this thing out, left, right, side, front, up, down, right, and round and round and round and round we go. So I might as well just go ahead and get used to it, I guess, because this is a hot mess. It really is. But y'all tell me in the comments what y'all thought about this so far. Who, if any, of this cast that you think is actually going to make it and is actually for real and is actually going to come out and, do what they got to do. And, we going to have a loving, healthy relationship with, if anybody, and who you think is going to be the first ones to not make it and split and, hopefully I hope not have these kids crying as well as the person that they in the relationship with. But I don't know, y'all. It just seemed like a hot mess to me. But that's what I got, y'all. I just want to come up here and give some quick thoughts, a little rundown, because like I said, I literally just finished the episode. This will not typically be this late, and it won't be, well, I'll just say it won't be this late on a Saturday, because it would normally, if you've been rocking with me for a minute, you know that I usually just do my recaps like right after the episode on Friday. I record them and I put them up. However, like I said, I've had other things going on and I am doing family business right now on Fridays at 9. So I would just say that more than likely it's either going to be late Friday night or early Saturday morning. It would not be this late Saturday unless something happens that's completely out of my control, where I have to switch things around. I will always keep y'all notified in the community tab. It probably would be sometimes that it could be, a recording. Sometime I may pop up live, but it would be one or the other. And I would say, pay attention to the community tab. Make sure you have your notifications on. Make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe if you're so inclined. I know sometimes YouTube be playing games with the notifications. So a lot of times I stream this on social media as well. I share it to social media so that one way or another, you would know when I'm going live or I upload a video. And I thank you for those that was able to hop in. Anybody that come on the replay, like I said, say replay game, you came by, put some flames up in the sky. If I left anything out, put that in the comments. Let's discuss it down there. And I will catch you guys the next time. Toodaloo. Child, we gonna be in for some mess this season, y'all. Lord of mercy.